We're back with the college All-American list from us at PFF. We've gone over the first team offense. We're going over the first team defense. College football is just around the corner, and these are the defensive players you want to watch out for in 2019. We'll start it off at the edge. Two edge defenders from the Big Ten. Ohio State's Chase Young, Iowa's A.J. Epinesa. They both get it done. They both have a little bit different of a history, and they both will hear their name called high in the NFL draft next April. Starting with Young, he led all pass rushers last year in total pressures. That's sacks, hits, hurries. No edge defender, no interior defender had more pressures than Young did. He mitigated the loss of Nick Bosa in the Buckeyes defense last year and came on strong in a full featured role, and we expect him to do more of the same this season. Epinesa shared time, did not play as much. Some talented guys ahead of him, some talented guys on the line with him last year, did not play nearly as much, only has about 450 snaps on his career. But when he is on the field, he is absolutely dominant, winning 25% of his pass rushes. Whether he recorded a pressure or not is a different story, but he was beating the guy in front of him more often than not. That's a top mark in the country, and Epinesa, in a featured role this season, we expect to blow up and have quite a year for the Hawkeyes, and they'll need him. So switching now down to the interior of the defensive line, Derrick Brown from Auburn, Justin Madubuike from Texas A&M, two guys that get it done very similar ways. They both are stout run defenders. They both rush the passer very well. Madubuike actually leading the nation's defensive interior line with 19 combined hits and sacks. That's knocking the quarterback down. That's what you want from an interior defender. Derrick Brown also up there in those lists and 2-year pressure totals as well. Both guys, SEC guys, quarterbacks, be on the lookout. Now, off the ball a little bit here, and actually off the major markets, David Woodward, the highest graded linebacker coming back to all of college football, Utah State's key component to their defense, does literally everything you'd want a linebacker to do, that plays all three downs, covers extremely well, plays the run extremely well, and when he's tasked with blitzing the quarterback, he is also an effective blitzer, great pass rusher off the edge or through the middle of the line. He times his rushes very well, not asked to do it a whole lot, but he does get pressure on the quarterback. All three facets of the game, does extremely well. Isaiah Simmons also had quite the season last year. His strong suit is definitely in coverage. Less than 50% of the catches that he allowed went for any sort of yardage after the catch. Extremely talented, tasked with guarding running backs, shifty slot receivers, and big tight ends, all the same. Simmons locks them down in coverage, but he's also a great run defender and a great guy when tasked with blitzing as well. Sticking in the ACC, and we'll move down here to the secondary. Bryce Hall, the highest graded cornerback returning to college football. He was actually the highest player rated on our PFF College 50, right at 4th overall. No other cornerback defended the intermediate to deep levels of the field as well as Hall did last season, seeing 44 targets of 10 yards or more past the line of scrimmage, knocked him down. He actually forced more incompletions than he allowed receptions in his coverage and had 2 interceptions on those as well. Again, ACC quarterbacks will have a hard time passing on Bryce Hall and actually that Cavaliers secondary for Virginia. Next on the list, too, a stout Big 12 cornerback. Not necessarily something that you say all the time, but Jeff Gladney for TCU, awesome in coverage. 70-plus targets, but did not allow more than 29 of them to be caught. Incredible forced incompletion percentage as well. Gets his hands on a lot of balls. He plays sticky in coverage, and he limits yards after the catch as well. So the best cornerback in the Big 12 is Gladney, and a guy that we also like to rise on draft boards as well. Coming to the NFL draft next April. Speaking of the NFL draft, both guys here, both of our safeties, J.R. Reed, Georgia, Grant Delpit, and LSU should hear their names called early as well. Delpit, a missile towards the football, run defense, coverage, does them both well. If anything he needs to improve on is missed tackles. 19 missed tackles last season. But maybe perhaps one of the most underrated features of Delpit's game is the way he rushes the passer. He leads all Power 5 safeties in total pressures. So a guy similar to a Derwin James from years past, when tasked with blitzing, rushing off the edge, Delpit does it, and he does it better than anybody coming back to the Power 5. And rounding out our list here as well, a guy you may not have heard about, Kindle Guild, Georgia Southern's cornerback. Got him slotted in the flex. Guy just does everything, and he does everything well. Dominates the lower tier competition in the group of 5 that you would want to call it, but also if you look at his numbers against Power 5 and against mainly Clemson last season, 7 targets, 2 catches, 10 yards, an interception, 2 pass breakups. Vildor has shown that he can dominate also just the same against Power 5 competition as he does the group of 5, and a guy to watch for the 2019 and the 2020 NFL Draft. There it is, the PFF College All-American First Team Defense. Offense is on the site as well. Be sure to check out pff.com for all other great college content as we roll into the 2019 season, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel below.
Thanks for watching the PFF YouTube channel, and if you want to subscribe, all you have to do is push the button. Don't forget everything you get. A little fantasy, push the button. A little green line for the gambling aspects of the game, push the button. College football, push the button. The YouTube channel from PFF.